Hey race fans, welcome to Fun to the Finish. I hope you all enjoyed last week's episode with Andy. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting in a car and who could I be interviewing in a car? Nobody. So this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload 2 separate interviews that I did. The first one is with Hunter Moody. I met with him out at Windsor the same day that I got to interview Andy. And the second is just a short little snippet from Stephen the Cass that I got to interview him after his horse Nets of Passion had won down at Cumberland. So I hope that you will enjoy these 2 little interviews that I got to do. If you could do me a huge favor, if you could like, subscribe, maybe share this video. This podcast is about Maine Harness Racing, and my goal is to get your stories out there. Everyone that races in Maine Racing has a great story behind them, how they started, how far they've come, their goals for the future. So I want to get you guys out there. Let's share, subscribe, and hey, if anyone wants me to do a sponsorship, I'll be more than happy to plug your business for you. So again, enjoy these 2 little interviews, and I will see you back on the 17th. Have a great week. Bye. Hey, race fans. We're here at Windsor Fair, and I have a special guest today. I'm with Hunter Moody. And Hunter, you're stabled here at Windsor.
Yep.
And how many horses do you currently have?
5.
5 horses.
Yep.
So who are the horses you own?
I have Joey the Third. I own Joey the Third myself, and Let's Get Into Trouble myself, and then I own half of Ain't No Mo and half of Energy Zone.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Now I want to talk to you, Hunter, about when you first got into the industry and why you got into the industry. So what started it for you?
I've been around the barn since I was a baby. My uncle's had racehorses his whole life since he was 16, and I was jogging when I was 3 with him and just took in his footsteps, brushing horses, cleaning stalls, and then at 15, I had a grandfather that was dying, and he said, I want to get a racehorse together, so we bought a racehorse together, and it just started there, and I got into it more, got my trainer's license last year, and just kind of going from there.
That's pretty awesome. So now for people that don't know, so who is your uncle?
Rodney Grady.
Rodney Grady, okay. And who was your grandfather?
Bob Moody.
Bob Moody, okay. I know Rodney, I don't know Bob personally, but I'm sure a lot of people that have been in the industry forever. So then, I know Rodney was stabled here. Was your grandfather stabled?
No, he never owned a racehorse. He was best friends with Peter Hanley and my uncle.
Yeah, nice. So you've been at Windsor Fair then since you were pretty much probably born.
Yeah.
So this is your second home.
Yeah. This is my home pretty much.
So at 15, so your grandfather wanted to get a horse with you. So who was your first horse?
Joey the Third.
And you guys had a pretty successful year?
Yeah, he ended up, I think we were 2nd and 3rd, and then my grandfather passed away, and then the next day I had my first ever win.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to make me cry. That is so cool. I love when stuff like that happens. So let's talk about being 15. You're going to get a racehorse with your grandfather. Now, do you have any other... I'm assuming at 15 you were still in high school.
Yeah. I borrowed the money from my dad, and we just kind of went along, and it just went from there.
So now, when you purchased him, did you claim him? Was he an outright purchase?
It was an outright purchase. An old guy was getting out of the business in Saratoga.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So it just all kind of fell together.
Everything fell together. Jamie Gerard called Andy Harrington, and we told Andy we wanted one, and it just all fell into place.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's really cool. So fast forward, you've been in the industry now for 4 years?
Yeah, going on 4.
Going on 4. So I've seen you this year. You have a set of colors.
Yep.
Blue and gold are your stable colors. So I see you warm up. So when do you think you might want to drive?
I think I'm going to start qualifying in the spring.
Awesome.
I did the driver trainer, so I have my license. I was going to drive during the fairs, but I liked the money, so I just used the real driver. But I'm going to try qualifying in the spring.
That's really awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Now, how do your parents feel about that, though?
They kind of just do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
They know
supportive.
they know that's where my heart is, and just to follow your dream.
Yeah. And that's awesome, and you are.
Yeah.
I mean, to be your age, I mean,
Exactly.
I'm an old lady, and I don't even have one horse. So that's pretty awesome for your age to be in it, having that many horses. Now, you said you co-owned a couple. Who do you...
My aunt.
Your aunt?
Yeah.
Now, was she just getting in it, too, or has she been...
She's just getting in
Just getting into it. That's awesome.
She's just kind of followed me along, and I talked her into buying one, and now she's got the addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely once it bites you.
Yeah.
It bites you. So, you said you liked the money. So, let's talk about money a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in the state of Maine, you know, obviously, there are not a ton of jobs that you can make a ton of money.
Yeah.
But for your age, you're actually doing really well racing in Maine. I mean, for your age, you're making a living at it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. They pay their bill, they pay their way, and they pay my way.
So that's, hey, that is a dream come
Exactly.
true.
As long as they're
sure.
paying their way, I'm happy.
Yeah. So now, have you had one that hasn't paid its way?
Yeah. I have one, let's get into trouble. He just barely has made his way.
So he's really getting into trouble.
Yeah.
So now, are you going to be one of those folks, though, that you're like, well, he's not making it on the track. I think I'll just go ahead and put him at home in the barn.
Yeah, I've already started him under saddle. He probably won't race next year.
No.
There's a good chance I might train him down and see how he trains down, and if he's still sulky and doesn't want to race, then I'll just take him home and ride him.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Him and Joe will be forever pets.
Do they know that?
Yeah. They're both spoiled. They're all spoiled.
Well, I guess that's if they're paying their way, though.
Exactly. The way I look at it, a happy horse is happy life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Definitely. So, do you do anything else? Like, do you have like another part-time job somewhere?
No, I plow snow during the winter, but other than this is what I do.
This is it.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
For that, I mean, I'm blown away. I've been wanting to talk to you forever because I'm so impressed.
Yep.
That you have chosen harness racing as your way to go, and you're making it.
Yep.
You're really. Now you just purchased a new TU truck.
Yeah.
And are you going to be getting a bigger trailer?
Yeah. Next year I'm going to be looking into it.
Yeah.
Right now I got a 3-horse trailer, and we're riding right on the line there where I don't race more than 3 because I just got 5. But next year I'd like to get a couple more horses and just see where things go.
Yeah. Now you race predominantly here in Maine.
Yep.
Are you thinking about maybe venturing to Plain Ridge?
Yeah, in the spring I'd definitely like to go.
Yeah.
I have a couple of horses now that do real good up here, and I want to try them down there. They've been good on a big track previous to me buying them, and I'd like to try them down there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So if all your dreams come true, what does your stable look like for you? Like how many horses?
I'd like to have an 8-horse stable and be able to race all over.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Hire one person and just go the race here, there, and everywhere.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. I'm curious to know, like, because you're here at Windsor, there's a lot of other trainers, some different people that come for the summertime and stay in the summer barns. So is anyone like taking you under their wing? And
Eric Bickmore is definitely, he's like a second grandfather. Anything I need, I go down to the hill. Hey, Eric, I need this, I need that. What can I do different? And he's like a grandfather. He'll help me do anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He is a great guy.
There he is.
And so you're considered our young guys. You know, obviously you are. I'm guessing that you're probably the youngest.
Yep.
I know you're the youngest owner.
Yeah.
Probably the youngest trainer as well.
Yep.
So for the future, what are your hopes for Maine Harness Racing? Like, what are you, big picture wise, looking I mean, obviously for the industry to continue.
Yeah.
So you can keep doing what you're doing. But is there anything like that you would like to see? Like anything change or get better or?
Like they say, we got a new track coming. That will be upgrade a lot of things, and I guess that's all. Right now, that's all we can hope for is the new track keeps going underway, and we can race year round.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, I think that's a pretty easy wish.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna come true for sure.
Hopefully.
But well, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Hunter, for taking the time to talk to me.
You.
I appreciate it, and hopefully next year when your horses are in the winner's circle more and more, we'll get to talk again.
Hopefully.
All right, awesome.
Thanks.
All right, hey race fans, I'm here at Cumberland track today. I have a special guest, Steve Lacasse. He actually just came off the track, a winner, so we're excited about that, but we're going to talk to him today about his journey in Maine Harness Racing. I hope you enjoy. So Steve, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
And as I said, congratulations on
very
your
much.
win. That's exciting.
Yes.
So you were born in Rochester, New Hampshire.
Yes.
So is that where you got your first start in harness racing?
Yeah, more or less. We had a hobby horse at the fairgrounds there in Rochester, and that's certainly where I caught the bug.
And how old were you in that?
Oh, I was in my early teens, I guess.
Yeah.
Up until then, I wanted a horse, but when I figured out that you could actually sit behind him and go fast, I wanted a racehorse.
Nice. So tell me a little bit more about like what brought you to Maine. How did you get involved with Maine Harness Racing?
I started breeding them here, so I raised Maine breds and started racing the sire stakes here at the fairs, and enjoyed that. Had a little bit of luck, so and it keeps me racing close to home.
And your home right now is?
Well, I'm from Rochester, and I live in New Hampshire, but I have a home in Florida, so I'm headed to Florida shortly.
Nice. Hopefully when you come back, you'll bring back the weather.
Yeah,
it's getting chilly here in Maine.
I will bring a suitcase of warm sunshine just for you.
That'll be awesome. So let's talk about your horse that just won, Nets of Passion.
Yeah.
You haven't had him quite a year yet,
Right.
but he has had a fantastic race season for you this year. This was his 26th start, and he's gotten a check 22 times.
Yeah,
So-
he's been very consistent.
Racing the main circuit, he's averaged racing for about 4,500 each start. And picking up those checks, I mean, he's a great campaign for you. How did you acquire him?
Well, actually, I was in Florida last winter, and he was in the same barn that I was in. He had come down from Indiana, and I was looking for a horse. And the people that had him were looking to get rid of him, so
So you
it worked
snapped.
for me. I like the look of him, and he's turned out to be a better horse than I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he would be.
He's a nice big horse.
Yeah, he's good sized, and he's good to be around. He's very gentle, and he gets along with the kids good, and he's nice around the barn.
Awesome. Now let's talk about going back to Maine Sire Stakes. So you had a 2-year-old colt this year that you raised.
Yes.
You got to earn your stripes.
Yes.
For owner Edward Blash.
Yeah, Ed and Kathy Blaskin.
I didn't want to say
Yeah.
I didn't want to say his name wrong. And he was a great horse for you. I mean, he had 10 starts. He only missed a check one time,
Yeah.
which is not bad for a 2-year-old. Ended up second in the Maine Sire Stakes and 5th in the Mass Sire Stakes. He's dual eligible.
Yes, he is.
So tell me about your summer with him.
Well, he was a nice horse to have in the barn. Ed and Kathy were nice enough to send him up to me, and I really enjoyed having him. He was a good gaited horse and tried hard, and was just a pleasure to have around.
So now you going to hopefully be training him back his 3-year-old year?
Yeah, I should have him again next spring.
Yeah, and is he just turned out?
Yep, right now he's living life large. He's out in the green grass and hopefully getting bigger, stronger, and fatter.
And fatter.
Yeah.
So you'll have hard work trimming him down though, getting him ready.
Maybe, but that's half the fun of racing. And racing the fairs, at the Sire Stakes, we don't start until about June. So he'll have a couple of months of sunshine to get ready, and hopefully race June through October again.
Nice. Now I do have to ask you because I've known you for a few years, and you always raced Darlington Stripe.
Yeah.
That was kind of how I kind of just put the two of you. And I will be honest, I really thought Gotta Earn Your Stripes was maybe her baby, but he's not.
No, he's not.
So tell me what's going on with Darlington Stripe.
Well, Darlington's in Florida, turned out, and she's in foal. We bred her to Boston Red Rocks this year. and she's big and round and enjoying life, hopefully.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's going to be a brood mare.
Awesome. Now, what do you? Because Boston Red Rocks is not a Maine bred.
No.
So, what are your plans? I mean, you say you enjoy coming to Maine, but are we going to lose you to a different state in a couple years?
No, probably not. This is home for me in the summertime, at least.
Yeah.
And I have another mare standing over at Norton Farm that is bred here in Maine. So
Nice.
hopefully I will still have a Maine bred, but I had an issue getting Darlington to stay in foal. So once she was in foal, I decided not to ship her.
Yeah.
So for this year. Next year, hopefully I can bring her up here and I'll have 2 Maine breds.
And you'll have to.
But Darlington's part of the family at this point.
Yeah.
I had her mom and raised her, and she was a Maine Tire Stakes champ, and kind of put me on the map in Maine a little bit. I mean, I still say I do it as a hobby, but she got me a little bit of recognition, and has kept me going for the last 10 years, really.
Awesome. And now you've been racing kind of full-time hobby for how long?
Well, full-time about 15 years, but a hobby since I was in my 20s, since I got out of college.
Yeah. Awesome. And you're heading to Florida when?
Friday, 2 days
Friday,
from now.
2 days from now. You probably told me that it's cold.
That's all
my
right.
brain.
It's cold. That's why I'm going to
It's
Florida.
cold. All right. Well, awesome, Stephen. Thank you for taking the time to talk
Thank
to
you
me.
very much.
And safe trip.
Thanks.
To Florida.
Thanks again. And you do a wonderful job, so keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
All right. Thanks.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. We'll be back again for another interview.